the
When
people
you look
that
at
are,
Trump's kids, like they're all effective contributing members of
yeah,
society. Very successful,
yep,
very well spoken, very well positioned, professional. I don't know, man. It's sad. It's sad, because there's a lot of
best
kids
way to
out there
sum it
like
up.
that. Where
Yeah,
it's like, the soft children are going to turn into soft adults. And I mean, like we say this shit all the time to guys on the inside. It's like, hey, like how many chin-ups can you do? Like just something basic like that. Like, can you
yeah,
pull yourself up? Like, can you pull your body weight up 8, 9 times? This guy looks like he couldn't punch his way out of a wet paper bag. And he's
yeah.
20. He's 20. Like they failed as parents. It's not society's fault. It's not Trump's fault. It's not musicians or any, like you fail as a parent if you produce a child and you put them out into society and they behave like that. It's a hissy fit. It's a hissy fit is what it is. I talked about it in the chapter in my book about how all these school shooters are all soft, weak guys without any guidance. They don't know how to deal with rejection. They all look the same. They all look the same. They look like they couldn't do 20 push-ups. They look like they couldn't pull up their body weight twice. It's sad because it doesn't need to happen. We used to push kids. I was pushed as a kid. I was bullied as a kid. All kids get bullied.
Yeah.
You know what I did?
Totally.
I said, fuck this. I'm going to go do some push-ups. Fuck this. I'm going to go run around the block a few times. I'm going to go and put some miles under the shoes, right?
Yeah,
Kids don't bully you when you put on some muscle. Kids don't bully you when you learn how to fight.
I think the part we talked about this a little bit earlier today, but I think, and it was kind of tongue in cheek, but I think it's true. I think that this is still the type of kid who would look at you and me and say like, "Oh, you guys are like fascist, misogynist. You guys hate women.
Sure.
You want to this and that." So I mean,
Yeah,
even if we're
problem,
able
right?
to reach kids like this, they're so brainwashed into the system, and it's, yeah, man. And it's like I don't know. There was a glimpse of either I think it was like FBI agents or ATF that knocked on this guy's door, and it's like opened halfway. I don't know if it's the guy's dad or not, but he looks like this big, colossal, sloppy, fat bastard that's got half the door open. So it's like, where are the examples of men that are trying to move things forward? And it's one of those things where people get on us because we've talked about oh, you're going to save the West, and we've kind of always said like, yeah, whatever, we're going to care about saving our people and doing our thing, but we still can, I think, agree at a fundamental level that the more strong, virtuous, masculine men around, the better we all do. There's a reason that, because people ask me sometimes, they say, well, why do you care about helping men? Because the more men you have at the top, the more competition you have. And I say, that's the entire point. Competition is good. Competition between men is good, and it's a net positive. Even if you say, oh, okay, well, cool. Now I have all these men that are fighting for the same resources and the same beautiful women. Even though I've increased the competition in the pool, it's a net positive because you have to keep getting better and you have to innovate new things and you have to invent, new ways to get things done. And that's how society has always worked, right? The light bulb doesn't get invented if not for some women, not for some level of status for Thomas Edison or whatever. So you want him wanting to leave a legacy. But when it comes to women, like intersexual competition for women is a net negative. So, not to turn that into going down that road, but again, this is why we do what we do, because if not, we've seen what can happen with one 20-year-old kid. I mean, it's a miracle that Donald Trump is still alive today. Nothing short of a miracle.
Bad aim, him turning his head at the right moment, intervention from God. Who the hell knows, what you want to boil it down to, but it's a miracle that he, I mean, you want to take somebody out. It's large caliber round, bolt action rifle, center mass. It's not, 22 caliber. I think it was a 223 that he was using.
Yeah. I mean, same round as an AR-15 essentially.
Yeah. I mean, a 223 is an effective round, but like military guys that do sniper work are using a heavy caliber round, bolt action rifle, generally speaking, and they at a center mass, right? Like he couldn't even do. I mean, we don't want anybody to get hurt, but he couldn't even.
Yeah,
do
I
it
mean,
right.
thank God he sucked. Like,
You know what I mean?
And,
Yeah,
and
like
those are
thank
the
God he
reports that are
sucked.
coming out.
Just,
he joined a rifle club at the school, and they said he was so bad they kicked him out. Like he couldn't.
Yeah, like stuff like this doesn't need to happen. It's just, I don't know, man. Like It's really disappointing and sad all at the same time, and
Yeah.
it's just a function of shitty parenting, man. Like I see so many weak, like even in the video where this other kid was talking about how he got bullied, and then towards the end of the video he's talking about how um, he was still the kind of kid that would wear a mask, after the beer
Mhm.
bug was over. The guy standing behind him, I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman. I don't know if you saw the video, but it's this
No.
blonde kid with curly, poofy hair with tits. I couldn't tell if it was a fat guy or just an out of shape woman or what it was. It's like this is the world that we live in today, guys. Like
It's
to
brutal.
stand out from the crowd, to be even slightly better than the average, just means that you just have to not be out of shape and have some competency skills. If you don't know how to fight, get into combat sports. If you're not in shape, lift weights. You should be able to bench your body weight. You should be able to do chin-ups with your own body weight. You should be able to do 25, 30 push-ups, no problem at all, right? Multiple times. I don't know, man.
This
It's
seems to
it's
be
not a good
probably
situation.
this is probably my guess is that this will be, because for my generation, it's 9/11. For some people, maybe a little
Yeah.
older than me or a little younger than me, it'll be kind of the '08 crash, but people really didn't know what was going on with that. But this seems to be on the same level as like the JFK assassination, 9/11. I think this is going to kind of define, um, everybody will sort of know where they were at this given moment, for a certain group of people. So it's just one of
Yeah.
those things that and dude, like whether you here's the deal, like whether you support the guy, whether you don't, I mean, this guy stood up, blood on his face, with a pumped fist in the air and yelled, "Fight." I
Yeah.
mean, how do you not want to
How do you
run
not
through a
like the
brick
guy?
wall? How do you not want to run through a brick wall for that guy after
Yeah.
seeing that? And it's like he could have canceled his. I think he went to Wisconsin yesterday or either today or whatever it was. Like
Oh,
he
he's
could have
carried on.
taken, yeah, he could have taken a day off. He could have. There was some rumors went around that he went golfing, and I think that was all BS. Some guy on Reddit was like, "Yeah, I'm a caddy on blah blah blah," and Trump was out there talking about, "I don't miss, unlike the shooter," because idiots are on the internet.
Of
But
course he's gonna, like, make a
yeah,
joke out of
zero
it. There's nothing.
pause.
Yeah.
But even if it did, I don't know if that's true, but I mean, it gave the guy zero pause whatsoever. He's like, no, I'm not going to give in to this nonsensical culture of fear. It's like I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. This is like as long as I'm still alive, I'm going to keep doing what I'm meant to do. And it's like, yeah, at every turn they try to vilify this man, put
Yeah.
him in mugshots, throw him in jail, make him a felon. There was even something where I can't remember the name of the senator because I was going through JD Vance's Twitter feed. There was a senator that was trying to revoke Secret Service protection for convicted felons, obviously taking a shot directly at
Right,
Trump.
right.
So it's just
But he's
like,
got the
man,
money to
like,
hire his own, private
right.
security,
But it's like, no
which
matter
he
what you
should be
do to this
doing
guy,
because the private security.
totally.
I mean, we'll get to his private security in a moment, but it's just absurd. And before we get onto the private security and like women in secret services and stuff like that, guys, I want to say this again, especially the younger crowd out there. It's like, oh, bullying, and you don't understand. Look at my arms. Okay, can you see the third-degree burns on my arms? They're on my chest as well. They're also on my neck. Okay, kids would bully you. They will ask you questions. They will push. They will. I know. I didn't lash out. I didn't have a hissy fit. I didn't have a spaz. I got down on the ground and I started doing push-ups. I started running. I started learning. I started embracing, my positive strengths, and you lean into them and you improve. And that's what creates strong men. That's what makes good men, right? That are also good at being men. Don't fold. Even if you have shit parents, don't fold. Folding is for weak. Don't fold. All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.